It's been 20 years. Surely studios are ready to consider an Equilibrium sequel or even a reboot. Well, I know we're ready for more gun kata or gun fu, neo-noir sci-fi action in Equilibrium 2. The early 2000s were rife with high-concept action blockbusters. They had to be. After all, this is the same generation that saw the release of the entire Matrix trilogy. The popularity of oppressive dystopias in films was at an all-time high, which might be the reason why movies like 2002's Equilibrium became such a considerable box office success. A story based on the Orwellian model of totalitarianism and abolishment of free will, Equilibrium perfectly balanced a high-concept setting with just the right amount of bombastic set pieces to appeal to almost every kind of audience. Recently, the revival, reboot, sequel, The Matrix Resurrections, enjoyed some modest critical and commercial success. Considering this, could Equilibrium 2 be a thing sometime in the future? The themes of freedom of speech and social liberties are quite present in the modern media discourse, so it makes sense that a movie like Equilibrium 2 would add quite a lot to the conversation. Fans have been clamoring for an Equilibrium sequel for close to 20 years now. However, the bad news is that director Kurt Wimmer has been against the idea of continuing the franchise pretty much from the get-go. In a 2002 interview, the filmmaker mentioned that he was sure the studio would eventually produce an Equilibrium 2, but that he believed that such a film would probably be a straight-to-video affair. As far as Wimmer was concerned, he had absolutely no interest in participating in the making of an Equilibrium sequel. However, that was a long time ago. It would not be too surprising to see the studio who owns the rights to add some sort of Equilibrium sequel or revival to their roster sometime in the future, even if that means losing Christian Bale and some of the things that made the original so good in the process. As enticing as the idea of having an Equilibrium 2 might sound, the truth is that perhaps it would be better if we just remember how good the original one was, without tarnishing its reputation with a forced continuation. But could a sequel still happen? Find out more on fortressofsolitude.co.za.